Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You ready to unpack some seriously mind-blowing stuff?
Always.
I'm excited for this one. Today we're going to be talking all about AI creativity. Like, can machines actually be creative? To help us figure that out, we're going to be dissecting a recent episode of Trend Talk USA.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this episode is a wild ride. We're talking AI art-winning prestigious awards.
Wow.
We've got AI comedians bombing on stage, harder than a dial-up connection, and we've got legal battles brewing over who owns the rights to AI-generated content.
Really interesting stuff.
Get ready to explore the frontiers of art and technology with us,
I'm ready.
because we are diving in.
It's fascinating how AI is really pushing the boundaries of what we think about creativity. We often see creativity as something that's uniquely human,
Right.
but now we've got machines churning out art, music, even jokes.
I know.
It's really making us rethink what makes human creativity so special.
It's a good point. Like, I was blown away when Trend Talk USA talked about this AI-generated artwork called Algorithmic Dreams. That actually won a really prestigious digital art prize.
No way.
Yeah, and can you believe the backlash that it got from human artists?
Oh, I can imagine.
Some were calling it soulless, others straight up plagiarism.
I mean, their reactions are understandable. Think about it. AI art generators learn by analyzing tons and tons of existing art that was made by humans. So it begs the question, is the AI really the artist here?
Yeah.
Or is it just mimicking and remixing the work of all these human creators?
Yeah, it totally blurs the lines of like who the author is.
Exactly.
Like, is the AI expressing its own like ideas in quotes, or is it just a super sophisticated echo of human creativity?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
I know, it's so crazy.
And here's where things get even more interesting. You've got AI art selling for millions of dollars at auctions.
Really?
So clearly there's a market that values it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got this huge wave of accusations about soulless plagiarism, that it's lacking originality and depth. What do you make of that? What do you think actually defines artistic creativity?
I mean, that is the question, right? Like, if humans are training an AI on all of art history, can we really say that what it produces is truly its own? Or is it just reflecting back everything that it's been fed? Like, can a machine ever really grasp the emotions, the intent, the experiences that actually fuel human art?
It's a tough one, and I don't think there's an easy answer, at least not yet. But I think it's important to explore all these different viewpoints to really understand the impact of AI on creativity.
I agree.
Now, to really get it, we need to understand how these AI art generators work.
Okay, so, like, technically, how does it actually work?
Well, they use something called neural networks, which are basically algorithms that are designed to kind of mimic the structure of the human brain,
Wow.
and that allows them to learn from these huge data sets of art.
So it's not just like randomly generating images, it's actually learning the patterns and the styles from existing art and then applying those in new ways.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And that's why the plagiarism debate gets so tricky.
I know.
Because is it really plagiarism if the AI isn't intentionally copying? It's just applying what it's learned from all these human-created works.
I mean, I don't know.
Stuff.
So, speaking of tricky, let's move on to something a little bit lighter,
Okay.
but equally intriguing. AI comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Trend Talk USA had a whole segment on this. And apparently these AI comics aren't exactly killing it on stage.
Not quite.
Not true.
Quite. They had that MIT study from back in 2025
Oh, yeah?
where they analyzed a bunch of AI-generated jokes. And get this, 92% of them were rated as unfunny.
No.
Even worse than dad jokes.
Wow.
Yeah, they even played a clip of this AI comedian called Jerkbot 3000.
Oh, my
The
God.
punchline was something about ones and zeros. It totally bombed.
I bet.
Why do you think humor is so hard for AI to grasp?
I think humor is so much more than just the words. It's timing, it's delivery, it's reading the room, understanding your audience, even understanding, like, cultural context.
Yeah, you have to get it.
Yeah.
You can't just put words together in a certain order.
You have to get why it's funny.
Exactly. Humor relies on so much shared understanding, social cues, the ability to connect with an audience emotionally.
I think that's the hard part. Like, can AI ever really do that? I don't know.
It makes you wonder, will we ever have a truly funny AI comedian? Or is humor just always going to be this uniquely human thing?
Maybe.
Interesting question.
Okay, so we've talked about AI, or AI comedy. Now let's get into the legal whirlwind
Oh, yeah.
surrounding all of this. Trend Talk USA Talked about that 2024 lawsuit against Stability AI.
I remember that one.
Remember that company? Behind that AI art generator, a photographer sued them for using her photos to train their AI without permission.
Right.
And the court actually ruled that AI-generated art can't be copyrighted.
It was a huge decision.
Huge.
It sent shockwaves through the art world and the legal world.
What does that even mean? It means that anyone can use AI-generated images without worrying about copyright infringement.
Right.
But it also throws a major wrench in the system for artists and developers. Like, what happens if a human artist takes an AI-generated image and modifies it, adds their own style, builds upon it? Does that then become eligible for copyright?
That's the question everyone's asking.
Right.
The courts are grappling with it right now. This whole copyright issue is a tangled web.
It is.
Some people argue that if an AI is trained on copyrighted material, then the output should also be protected. Others believe that AI-generated content should be public domain to encourage innovation. But the bottom line is, this has huge implications for artists whose work is being used to train these AI models.
No kidding. It's a really fascinating legal battle.
It is.
That's going to shape the future of digital art and intellectual property rights.
Definitely.
I think what's so captivating about all of this is that AI and creativity, it's not just about the technology, it's about us. It forces us to examine what it means to be creative, to be human, to innovate, and how we interact with these machines that are becoming more and more capable of doing things that we thought were unique to us.
It's like AI is holding up a mirror to our own creativity and making us ask, what really sets us apart?
So, here's a final thought to leave you with. As AI evolves, do you think we'll reach a point where the line between human creativity and machine creativity becomes so blurred that it's practically invisible?
Wow.
What role will we play in a world where so much is created by AI?
That's a really profound question.
I know.
And I don't think we have the answer yet.
But it's definitely something to think about. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep creating.
Great advice.
I'll see you next time
Sounds good.
for another deep dive.
Bye.